Hey guys, I totally have a powdery mustache. So, looks like it's been a little bit since I've done an update. And I've got some video ideas recorded that aren't mental health. One I have the voiceover for, but I have not figured out, I've not worked on what the voiceover is going to go on to. And then I have another video that I have some shots of things that I want to take, that makeup. I'm going to take some pictures in the setup, and you know, with all the fancy lighting and all that, and have that done. My back is bothering me today. So I got the news on Monday that today, which is Wednesday, August 22nd, that today is my last session at Brentwood. And whew, let's just say, when they told me, because at first they were telling me Monday was my last day, and I'm like, I'm not ready. Like, that kind of set me into a panic attack. I almost left, but I made it through the day, and they gave me a list of therapists to pick one so that I could get the referral done, and so I can have my own therapist that I can have appointments with. They recommend once a week, but just depending on what happens. And so today was the last day. I got my coin. I had actually been asking for them to extend my treatment out by a couple weeks, because I did not feel like I was ready. And as far as I knew, originally I was actually going to be there till the 31st at least. So I did not like the fact that they just kind of dropped on me when my end time was, and I kind of feel like maybe if I hadn't even said anything, they wouldn't even have realized. So I don't know. I have been falling into some bad habits and sleeping too much again, and motivation's been kind of hard. I've just been having a bad couple of weeks, and I really don't feel like I'm ready, but I'll be headed back on Tuesday. And I'm actually supposed to have vacation for the 29th, 30th, and 31st, but for some reason it was automatically canceled, I guess, when I went on leave. And now there's no time available, so I'm trying to get that fixed, because I'd like to just do that one day and then go back on the 1st. Man, it's definitely hard. I do have good news. I adopted a kitty. There's an animal shelter, no-kill shelter down the road from the mental facility, and me and my friend went there on Friday to just play with the animals, basically. Like, we weren't intending on adopting anybody, but you know, they need love, but they don't have families. So we went in there, and they have a cat room where the cats just kind of roam around with their toys and litter boxes and stuff. And we were petting all the cats, and I was loving on all of them. And there was this one that was like purring a whole lot, long hair, kind of like Chloe, like orangey, like, I mean, cat world, it would be considered an orange cat, but in people hair, it would be considered a redhead. Like, beautiful color, beautiful eyes. And I noticed that she was kind of walking a little funny, and like when she would lean against me, she would kind of move a little weird. And I got closer and I picked her up, and she's missing a leg. Her right front leg is completely gone from like the shoulder bone down, and I started crying and loving on her, and she just like latched onto me with her one leg and kneading me and just purring, and I fell in love. And I never thought the old man would ever tell me that I could have her, so I was crying. And I found out that they were going to be having an event the following day, this Saturday, at PetSmart, and they said that they would take her there so I could bring him to see her, so I could try to convince him. I didn't tell him anything about why I wanted to go to the event. I mean, it's not unusual for us to go to these things for me to go play with the babies, because I love animals, and so I ran straight to her because I didn't want anybody else to get her, and I started loving on her. And I found out at the shelter on Friday that she had been hit by a car, and that's how she lost her leg, was due to, you know, the damage from being hit by a car. And she, like, I'm getting ahead of myself, but I've been hit by cars and a city, well, that's more, I've been hit by vehicles several times, and so that made me cry even harder, because it's like, you know, this is, I don't know, I just felt like it was a sign. And I told the old man at one point that when Fuzzy went, that I did want another cat instead of a dog, and I said I wanted one that would, you know, cuddle with me and purr and liked me more than him, because Chloe is basically his cat. She puts up with me, and she really only wants my attention when she's in heat. So, and I told them that I didn't care if, you know, 2 or 3 years old, or honestly, I said I didn't want to do the kitten route again, because you never really know what their mood, where their personality is going to be when you get them as a kitten. Because Chloe, you know, let me hold her all the time as a baby, and now she doesn't. She's getting more loving with me. She actually crawled, before we adopted this kitty, she actually came in the bedroom and crawled under the blanket next to me and curled up and purred, which is usually what she does to David. So she has started to love on me more. I think maybe it's because I've just kind of left her alone to let her do her own thing. But anyway, he thought she was cute, and she was loving on me again and purring and latching onto me, and I just wanted her so bad. But then 2 of the dogs in the kennels started barking and trying to get at each other, and David said, "Come on, let's go, it's too loud." And we started to leave, and I just started to cry. Sorry, I had a semi try to come in my lane. I started to cry as we were leaving, and he's like, "What's wrong?" And I was like, "I really want her." And he's like, "Why?" Because at this point he doesn't know that I've already seen her before. I'm like, I just feel bonded with her, and, you know, I know it's not the best timing right now. I mean, it totally was not planned, but, you know, sometimes things get dropped on you like that earlier than you wanted. So he told me if I wanted her that much to definitely go get her, and so I ran back and filled out the paperwork and paid for her, and it was actually $25 cheaper since we got her at the event instead of at the shelter. She's already fixed. Actually have to take her on Monday to get her stitches taken out, and her leg is already completely healed. She's actually was healed up before the shelter even got her. I think they said it was Spencer County. Basically, there's an animal control group in Kentucky. Once any of the animals that they pick up are like after their medical stuff's been taken care of, they take them to this no-kill shelter, and that's where she had come from. She's only 3 months old, and she's just the most loving kitty ever. I've named her Sally, like Sally from Nightmare Before Christmas. And I almost wasn't going to name her Sally just because I know other people who had cats named Sally, and, you know, I just never thought of Sally too much as a cat's name. But I love the Nightmare Before Christmas, so it just made sense because, well, like David said, she's already got the stitches and all that. She's missing a leg, and Sally's limbs are detachable, so I'm just rambling, but named her Sally. Her name was Jerry, Jerri. I definitely did not like that name, but we're trying to teach her to Sally, so I just, every time I talk to her, I just say Sally, or Sally girl, or I love you, Sally. And she's so sweet. Like, I'll lay down on the couch and she will come running up and jump on me and just plop over and put her leg across me like she's holding me or hugging me, and she just starts purring, and she purrs so loud, and she won't stop purring until she falls asleep. And she's just amazing. She does not let missing a leg stop her. She's running, she's jumping, she's keeping up with Chloe. The first day, Chloe wanted nothing to do with her, kept hissing at her. Second day, Chloe started cleaning her, and now they are just playing in the house and running and having fun, and Sally is still hissing at Fuzzy when he gets hyper. Like if he's calm and lays down next to her, then she will like put up with him, but if he starts like getting hyped up, she will like hiss at him and arch her back. But it's getting better. He wants to just play with her and give her kisses and sniff her. She'll get over it. I remember when Chloe was the same way with Fuzzy, and now like they play and sleep together and everything else. So found out that the other cats in the cat room had picked on Sally, and just makes me sad. And she just lets me scoop her up, and like the moment I touch her, she just starts purring, and she follows me mostly, but she has, like yesterday, she was kind of following the old man and sleeping on him, but then she came over. Like, she'll just look at me, and if you look at her, and then she'll just run up and like headbutt you, like just rub her head on you, and she's just so, oops, so cute. I love her. After we brought Sally home, I actually had a really good Sunday. I actually had energy and motivation, and I got out of bed, and I got so much done, and I don't know, maybe like, I don't know. I'm not saying like, oh, if you're sad, like, oh, sad or depressed, as they have on our forums, it's sad/depressed. I'm not saying like, oh, just adopt an animal because, but I had already wanted one, and I already had like that whole of having a second cat, and I don't know, it was something I already wanted before I had like this breakdown, so it wasn't like just jumping the gun. It was kind of planned, but not planned. So I'm gonna end up splitting this into 2 videos because this is so long. Yeah, I love her to pieces, and she's gorgeous, and I'll put a video here of her playing. Like, she keeps stealing my socks, and it's real funny because she keeps stealing like the Jack socks from Nightmare Before Christmas and playing with those, and I'm like, haha, you know, Sally goes for Jack. And she just throws them up in the air and catches them like a normal cat, and she has no cares, and she's just wonderful. I'm gonna try, I bought her a harness and a leash, and I'm gonna try taking her for car rides, and walking her and stuff like that. The walking outside, we won't start until after her stitches are out, but the car rides, like, I'm gonna have to take her to get her stitches out, so I'm gonna take her on a couple in the next few days, like try to get her used to the harness and everything. Arrives tomorrow, so I'm gonna try to get her used to like being in the car with me, and I'd like her to be like my little ride buddy. Chloe wanted nothing to do with it. We tried, you know, walking with her and tried taking her for rides, and as soon as she goes past the porch, she freaks out. So, oh man, I tell you.